combining two tables, and in both the tables I have one column which are identical. It could be called differently. For example, in table 1 the column could be called X, and in table 2 the column could be called Y, but they both mean the same thing. Like here in this example that Mr. Rao has, we have two tables in comparison. One is the register table where my column in comparison is RID, and the table 2 is the appointments table where the column in comparison is patient ID, patient underscore ID, but they both mean the same thing. That is why in the where class we have a.rid equals b.patient underscore ID. So they are called equijoin because they both have the similar columns or the same columns, although called by different names. They are the same. So that is why they are equal in comparison and called equijoin.
Can you read about the complete equijoin, like how the tables and what is the data we are selecting? So what is the purpose of this join, and what is the output we will retrieve?
Okay. The purpose of equijoin is for one particular kind, say here, for a particular patient ID, number 1, I have some information in table 1 and I have some information in table 2, but I want to see them both together. That is why I'm joining. First of all, you join any two tables when you have information from different tables want to be displayed together. So we have some information from register table as the first name, last name, SSN, and then we have some information from the appointments table like the appointment date and the doctor ID for a particular patient. Now these two are in two different tables. How would you get them together? The common thing that ties them both together is the patient ID. But the patient ID is called patient underscore ID in table 2, which is the appointments table, and it's called RID in table 1, which is the register table. So there you go. You have 1, 2, 3 information in table 1, 4, 5, 6 information in table 2. You make a equijoin based on what identifies them both in the two tables, which is your where class.
So is it clear, everyone? So if you want to, let's say if you want to non-equijoin, so not equal to, right? This non-equijoin means.
Non-equijoin would be the exact opposite of equijoin, which means the complementary of equijoin. Here, you do not want the IDs to be equal. But Mr. Rao, this would not be used much, right?
Yes, we don't use, I just wanted to give you an example, but we don't use much. Okay, see the data, see whatever the query we are doing, we try to do some negative and see whether the data is invalid data or right data.
Okay.
Because you know sometimes the data maybe the relation may not be created properly. It may allow some other data, right? We are expecting patient ID and registration ID should be common in both tables, But in case if it is not there, that means there may be some structure issues. That's why we may always do some negative way to get some data.
Okay.
Okay, so can we talk about right join? Can somebody give me the structure of what is right join? The syntax of the right join. We will execute on the same table, or maybe you can give us a different table. Do you want to start with a different table, like claims table, and same patient history table?
I think we can use the same combination as equijoin so that we can compare and contrast, right?
Easily, yeah. Yeah, we will also try with different tables later with the different examples. Let's go with the same table maybe. So basically in the first one we are looking for each patient has the appointment, list of appointments, when they took the appointment, what date they took the appointment is taken. But appointment table does not have first name, last name. And doctor registration table does not have appointment details. So to find out these details, we are combining together and merging these two tables together to retrieve the data. So it will give you a particular patient when the appointment was taken. So same thing. So now we have patients, maybe they may not have appointments. We want to retrieve all the patients. So they may have some appointments, they may not have some appointments. Right? So depends on the table, where do we put, either put the right hand side or left hand side. Depends on that, we will retrieve the data and see some patients which are appointments or some patients don't have an appointment. So we'll get those data.
If we want to get all the patients, whether they have appointments or whether they don't have appointments, then you should have patients at the right side and say right join. Because when you say right join, you get all the rows, whether they match or not, from the right side table. So if you want all the patients with appointment or without appointment, then you would have the patients at the right side and then appointments at the left side.
Yes, Sarita, I am looking into your query. So we will focus on the first two tables, then we will also go to the claims table, claims and diagnosis table. Okay, I'm just looking into this. Basically it's all similar, but the only thing is we just doing some small change. Either the data you want to retrieve from the right table, or you want to retrieve the data from left table. That is the only difference when you say it's equijoin and right join, left join.
Should we put the patient on the right side?
Yeah, from
the register table.
Right join diagnosis. From claims right join. From So please correct me the syntax. So same query we are executing from register table, right join appointments table. Basically here right table is appointments table, left side table is register table.
But you want, Mr. Rao, do you want all the patients or do you want all the appointments?
So
I thought
here,
you wanted all the patients, whether they have appointment or they don't have appointment.
yeah, what is the result of this query?
This will return all the appointments,
No, no.
but then it has no significant meaning because all appointments will have some patient connected to it. There are no appointments without a patient. What we want
We will
is,
check whether it may be, we want to verify whether it is happening or not.
okay,
Maybe sometimes it may be happen, right? Maybe uh, by mistake something happened, maybe the structure may be wrong.
yeah,
Table might be created incorrect or a relation might not be created properly. Or maybe data might be accepting still. Even so we may do some negative testing on this.
okay.
So I switched the tables. So appointments table, right? Appointments table and register table. So register table on right hand side. So here register table on right hand side, appointments on left hand. So what right join will return? What is the purpose of right join?
You want all rows from the right side table, whether they match or not.
Whether spelling
W-H-E-T-H-E-R.
W-E
W-H-T-H-E-R.
whether
There is a match or not.
there is a match or not with left join, left table.
Right.
So is this correct everyone? Right join means? Yes, Anu, yes. Yes, Sonia does it return null for non-matching records? We will check into that. Sukanya, your Lata, Lakshmi, Lubna, are you clear about what is right join means? Teju, Umesh, Satya, Shahana, Lata, Jesse, Jinsi,
Yeah. Mr. Ram, I have a question on the last line. So when you change the appointment to B and register to A, on the last line also you have to change, right? So now the RID will become B.
No, appointments table.
Yeah, see, appointment table will have which, let me
Okay,
check
I think
this.
I just made it wrong, I think.
No, it is right. It is
No,
right.
that line is correct, Mr. Rao.
Okay.
Both lines are correct, Sukanya.
So the RID,
Yeah, RID is called RID in only in register table, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Because
So
my
it is A.RID.
okay, my toad is not working, so I'm not able to check which one is correct or not. Okay.
Okay, here appointments table B, register table A. Okay, so here the question is, we know the definition of right table, right join. Definition of right join, is it clear everyone? So we all know the right join definition. Okay, so right join returns all the rows from right side table, whether there is a match or not with left side table. So it should return all the rows from right table. Okay, so register table. So we have to check all the data from registration table. Whether it is not matching, even there is no match with appointments table. Okay. So this meaning whether they have appointment or not, we should see all the registered accounts, all the registered patient we should see. Whether we have an appointment or not, we have to see all the registered patients. In case if they have appointment, it will show. Okay, let's see if anyone does not have an appointment. I think we need to delete this VT and H2K.
Yes, Mr. Rao. I don't know if you start deleting, then everybody has to go and enter their first name respectively, right?
Yeah, because this. Yeah, okay. Now we can see like some doctor ID, appointment ID. We don't have some data.
Yeah, we have some nulls now, the appointments for the appointment.
Right.
Yeah, there.
Because that will happen. That is the true statement. That is correct valid data. For example, if we see.
But then the,
So yes, correct. Yes, tell me. Now I need to see some.
so what I was trying to say is that the primary.
Sukanya, I cannot hear you.
No, what I was trying to say is the primary key cannot be null, right?
Yeah, it will never be null.
Yeah, it will never be null. But in this case, if the patient doesn't have appointment, then that key becomes null.
That key will not become null. That
Not the-
corresponding doctor ID and appointment date column that it displays will show null.
Yeah, that will show null. So that is allowed, right? What I'm
That
trying
is allowed. Yeah, that is allowed. Yeah.
That's what I just wanted to.
Yeah, patient has registration details, but it may not have appointment. See, I registered to the doctor's office, but I don't have an appointment right now. That is true. That is true statement. But I have an appointment. I don't have any registration ID. That is not true. That should not be allowed in the application. If you have a appointment in appointment table and you don't have any data in registration table, that is invalid. The application is not correct.
And Mr. Rao, now to avoid the repeated rows, we can do one thing. We can put a where clause where first name not equals sweetie. Then we can cut off a lot of things.
Okay.
Yeah.
And A dot, this is A, right? A dot first name, F name. Yeah, that's fine, but that is that can be removed. I think there is a condition.
I think there is a syntax error there.
Yeah, it should not be like end. I think it should be something different.
Having, is it having?
No, not having. It should be something on. Let me check it. It should not be on or comma. Yeah, I will check that and we will see how to add one more condition.
Okay.
But that should be. We will look into that. So this is
So
the
we can
valid
give,
statement. This
Now
is
there was an exclamatory mark.
sorry.
There was an exclamatory mark that you gave when you were writing the first name. When you added the first name just now, you added another line, right?
Okay.
And he did that for not equals, I think. But not equals could be greater than less than. Yeah.
This is what he's supposed to give, but he gave an exclamatory mark earlier, so I don't know if that was.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's right. So sweetie is gone. It's still there. Who is SWEETY? So there is something we need to find out. Let's keep it here for some time. Sweetie don't want to leave for now. Let's leave it here. But this is the valid statement. We need to find two things. One is, so Indira, okay, we can try. Meanwhile, you guys can search in the other places and see how do we add one more condition.
so we can use null condition to check, no?
Okay, that's good. So we terminated CT for now. Yep. Thank you, Indira. We have too many angry birds here. Okay, good. But anyway, that is a secondary thing, where condition. That is good. We know, we learn new things. So there are another thing, like how do you write the negative side of this query? What I want to know is, I want to check any appointments are made if there is no registrations. Without any registration, any information in the appointments table. Now how do you find? So this is select all the data from registration table, even there is no match in appointment table. Okay. Yes, Sonia. Thank you, Sonia. The first one is clear. We want to do negative side. So we wanted to find any appointments created without registration. So how do we do this?
The same thing with the left join.
So we'll put the left join. So left join means, again it will select all appointments, even there is no match in the register table. Right? So it will return all the rows from appointments, even there is no match in registration table. Actually, it should return, we should not see any null value. That is the first thing. If you see null means that is the error. There is another way also we can do, right? We can move this register table here, even in the right join also. But let's try this. So you know what is that?
You can change the order.
Sorry?
You can change the order with the right join. Keeping the right join, you can just change the order, like from register to right join, then appointment. Appointments.
See, we want to give you some best example in interview with these tables. We wanted to, actually I want you guys to, when you attend a Skype interview or maybe face-to-face interview, try to remember these two tables, or maybe what are the tables you comfortable. Give these two examples, like simple examples. Let's say we have appointments table and registration table. Patient should not create any appointment without registration. That is the functionality. So how do we validate? So I can write a right join to make sure, you know, all the registration table has data, even there is no appointments. And I also want to do some negative way. I want to make sure there is no appointments created without any registration. So this right join appointments table will send all the records. Appointments, it should return all the data from appointments table, even there is no match in registration table. Is it clear, everyone? Is it clear? Any doubts on this? Now we can see actual errors. See, we can see there is no, there is a null values, but still we have appointment. So that is not true. It should not be right. This is the error in the application. Am I correct, or let me know, like, are you guys?
Yeah, that is a very good bug that you found.
Yeah, it's very nice example.
How to write defect then? How to write? Just go to the Jira and write the same thing. Like the functional, as per the functional requirement, without registration, appointment should not be created. The table should not allow to enter the data in the appointments.
But Mr. Rao, without any appointment, there cannot, I mean, if you want to see the appointment, obviously there will be a register, will be there, register name will be there, RID will be there.
Yeah, it will be there, but somehow, yes.
Yeah, I agree. This is a bug here, the one that you saw just now with the null. But if let's say the bug was not there, let's say that line was not there, that didn't exist. So even when you run the query, when you don't see that particular line which says null, null, null everywhere, but with the appointment date as 10/30/2014, if you don't see that one, if there is no bug, then that means that whatever appointment you see will be with all the registered patients.
Right.
So that means you will get all the registered patients with the appointment. There will be nothing without any registered patient.
Yes, appointment should have registered.
Yes. Yes.
So appointment table should not have any row without any registration ID or without any patient ID. since the patient ID has a foreign key, but it may be not matching, some data is not matching. So there is some structure is missing. On the front end, from the user point of view, from the front end, we can enter some data which is maybe in the application wise, maybe the internally some logic is throwing some null values to the database. On the front end side, usually we may not able to allow without patient ID because it is selecting us to do. But when it is sending the data to the database, somewhere the logic is missing to insert the data. But it is not happening every time. Maybe it is happening only a few records.
Mr. Rao, I'm assuming somebody inserted an appointment directly into the appointments table, not through the application.
Okay, I see only record 3. Yes, it may be true. I see only with.
Can you scroll down? Yeah, you still see a lot there. Couple of more.
Yeah, there are two.
Somebody directly inserted into the database.
It's a 10/3/2014 and the Dr. ID 3. Yeah, when you have primary key and foreign key, usually it should not allow to enter the data. I think here patient ID is 0. I think that may be not matching, looks like. Patient ID is 0 and our ID is 0, let's see. Yeah, that is the problem. 0. When the patient ID is 0, there is no registration ID 0. So that is the reason it is accepting, but usually it should not accept if it is the primary and parent key relation. But just keeping this in as a bug in your list for the interview point of view. So interview point of view, what we can say is, we have appointment table and this registration table. Somehow, if the register ID, only for the registration ID equal to 0, so it is allowing to add appointment without registration ID. So there is some bug in the database. So which was corrected later, they added to avoid this 0. So we found this using the right join. So they don't, by explaining this right join, left join will take, 5-10 minutes time. So once you explain about with real-time example, with appointments table and registration table, like, each appointment should need a registration. That's why we have a join between two tables. So once you give this information, right join, left join, so they didn't go too much about these things. But you can say that one of the bug we found through this query. So same thing we can also do in a left join, right? Okay, it's already 10:15. So like, can we quickly write the left join and we can close the session for tonight? Yes, Sonali is another suggestion or another idea she got. Maybe after taking appointment, registration ID might be deleted. So so when we have relation, usually it's not allowed to delete if you have an appointment. Yes, right. Common column, you don't have to be a same column name. Renu. Usually, like common column should be there. Yes, Teju. Yeah, it's same name not necessary because we can query using this registration ID and patient ID. So can we discuss the left chain now or tomorrow?
Yes, Mr. Rao, we can go ahead, I think.
Okay, I will quickly talk about left join. Maybe once Teju have a question.
Mr. Rao, this is Teju here.
Yes.
Quick question. Maybe the patient is too old to register online and he still can schedule an appointment in the doctor's office itself. So in that situation, he doesn't have a register ID, right?
No, our functionality of this application is, yeah, it can be done. They can directly go to walk-in, but it depends on. But when they add when they give an appointment, as per the application, if it is no application, manually, they can go to the doctor's office and they can appointment directly without registration.
No, I understand that. What I mean to say is, even everybody, there are some old patients who don't want to do online access, right?
Okay.
So for them, they will not get a registration ID if they don't register online, and they still go see the doctor and they still have an appointment, right? When we talked previously about the right join.
Yeah, that can be done. Like what
I'm just saying, is that's also a possibility, right?
Okay. Yeah. Let me make sure what I understood. So what you are saying is a patient can take an appointment without registration ID.
Yes.
Yeah, they can.
But then the staff at the hospital will do it for them, right?
They will do it for them. Everything has to go online. Whether the patient does it or the admin does it, it has to be the same rule.
No, but he can have a patient ID and not a registration ID. No, I'm just asking. I'm curious if that's a possibility.
Even then, the patient has to be registered first.
Okay.
I think so. That's what, because then it could be a big problem, right? Because maybe if there are a lot of old age people who cannot do it online, then some of them will not have the register ID, in which case it cannot be completed, right? So I think even if the patient is old enough that they cannot do it online registration, but when they
will still have an ID.
It can, the admin can help to create an ID.
Right.
Whether or not the patient uses it.
Okay.
Yes.
That makes sense. Thank you.
Yeah, basically the functionality, the application will not allow to create an appointment without registration ID. So whether you are a old age person or if you don't have any access to online, somebody has to create. Either admin will, once you go to the hospital or doctor's office, so admin will create their patient registration ID.
Okay.
So that is the functional requirement of the application.
Mm-hmm.
So in our case, we are expecting to be registration ID should be exist to create an appointment, but only for if the registration ID equal to 0, then we are able to create an appointment with registration ID equal to 0. Which suppose not, but we don't have any registration ID 0 in register table, but still with registration ID equal to 0, register table will accepting the appointments. Appointment table is accepting the appointment with registration ID equal to 0. Sweta, not right now we are not including any pharmacy details. Yes, Sonia, the constraint is there, but in the appointment table there is no constraint. It should be not null in appointment table, but there is no constraint for appointment table. Yeah, Sweta, right now we are not implementing pharmacy details and all those. It can be done in next releases. Okay, because if you want to, it will take a lot of time. You have to spend like maybe 6 months to 8 months or 1 year to test entire patient portal applications with the insurance claims, how to process, how to prescription ordering, connecting with the pharmacies. Right. So right now, in 1st January onwards, we have to start marketing your resumes. So let's start learning important part, because most of the time in interview, if you understand left join and right join, the SQL part is done. They won't go too much beyond. But make sure to give an example like this. So can somebody tell me what is the results for result of this query? So below query, all rows from,
It will return all the register, the names of the register names.
so all rows from left to table register, means there is no match
With the right table.
with the right appointment table. Now we will see appointment side, appointment doctorate is null. There are many values are null. Okay. Okay guys, I recorded this session, so we'll